Hello, everyone. It's Coach Mo Fall. How are you? I am talking to you if you're a professional woman and you're not where you want to be in your career. 75% of our clients have this problem that I'm going to talk about today, and they didn't even know it. You know why? Because the word burnout is so widely used that we package everything in that category. But burnout is a temporary, easier to solve problem. What I'm talking about today, which so many of my clients have suffered from and with and didn't even know it, is job trauma. You know, that kind of inner feeling that you have nothing left inside? You know, that feeling where you're so depleted that you can't even think about asking your boss for a promotion or a raise, that you're really questioning yourself, not just your career, but you're deeply questioning yourself. I've coached nearly 2,000 women over the past 8 years. And as an executive myself, I know that when you spend years as a professional woman being told that you can't and that you won't, and being shut down and belittled, being marginalized, being treated differently, being mansplained, all of this creates a nervous system program and conditioning that you recoil from all opportunities. You recoil from presenting. You recoil from even taking on even that little bit that could bring you such great recognition or appreciation. It's not worth it. I just spoke to a woman on one of our complimentary clarity calls, and she rang in my ear. She said, I have big ears because I listened well. She rang in my ear a pattern of self-doubt. But she was sugarcoating it in, well, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. So then how do we get out of this prison of self-containment? How do we get out of this prison that we've effectively let other people put us in? The bosses who said things, the bosses who didn't look the right way at us, who we misinterpreted, or perhaps we actually interpreted. Don't talk now. Don't say that. We don't want to hear your opinion. Maybe you've been marginalized from meetings, and maybe that's something that was so in the past that you can't believe it still affects you. But those deep wounds are in there because your soul hasn't healed something, and it's bringing that same pattern. This is what I coin as job trauma. It is a real nervous system setting that has gotten you locked in to self-doubt and not achieving what you want to achieve. We can dive into the specifics of this for you personally on a complimentary career clarity call, mofall.com/live clarity. If you've seen my podcast or my other Facebook lives, or perhaps you've seen a video or a client interview, many of them have in them this idea of how the external world begins to control us and convince us and contain us. And we lock our soul in such a tiny container. Our soul wants to be big and expressive. Our soul wants to be seen and appreciated. Our soul is the best part of ourselves. And healing that job trauma is the best part of what you can do on your journey as a human being. That inner you, that energetic you, that divine sense of you is the part that fuels everything. And whether you're an engineer, IT, cybersecurity, we're seeing so many of those gals now, UX, other types of engineers, marketing, sales, healthcare, nurses, other executives, no matter what your career, if you're feeling stuck and stifled, it's possibly that job trauma has captured the best part of you, your soul. Now, this can be taken care of. This can absolutely be moved through. Probably not the way you know how to move through it, not with overworking, not with being that perfectionist, not with making sure that every job is done around you. No, no, no. If you're filling in the gaps of other people, if you're being a perfectionist, oh, that's just the way I am. No, it's the way that you've been conditioned to be because you're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of being told that you're wrong. And if you get all the answers right, you can stand out proudly and say, no, I got all the answers right. It doesn't matter. How you feel inside, how you resonate, a sense of confidence, individual personal trust in yourself and respect, the ability to put yourself out there and be seen and appreciated, or being seen and not appreciated. Haha, when your soul is lit up, it doesn't matter what the external world is doing, but the external world will respond better when your soul is lit up. This is an energetic truth. This is a universal law. It is the way that our Creator put this world together. And as busy professional women, we're so busy doing, getting stuff done, putting stuff on the team. Let's get this done, deadline. And meanwhile, you've suffered decades of being pushed down and told you weren't worthy. And you had no choice but to believe them because they're in charge. So how do we fix this? The number one thing you must do is to realize that you're important and you are worth focusing your time and attention on. And if you spend time on yourself, bringing yourself back, it'll be the best time you spend. Because that investment in time, and if you work with a team of experts like my coaching team and I, and you get all of the strategies, you're going to be able to pull yourself up at the soul level. And then you can see the magnificent you from a career perspective. But if that soul doesn't get lit up, if that version of you stays hidden, and I'm going to tell you this, it stayed hidden for me until after my breast cancer journey. I sat home repairing myself, healing from my double mastectomy nearly 15 years ago. And all of a sudden, I was brought forward into the real truth about who I am and what I bring to the table. I was already a national level healthcare executive, but I kept the best parts of me hidden because they had been denied in the past. Those very parts that lit me up and I saw as my truth, as my true essence, were the exact things that brought me forward in my career. The last 2 roles in my career were the best ever because I opened up that gear inside of me. I opened up my soul and my soul's truth. I was no longer unsure of who I was as a leader. I was no longer unsure of myself. And here I am healing from a double mastectomy at the time where I would be feeling the most vulnerable. I felt the most powerful because I unveiled my soul. And I have a very unique way of doing that with my clients. I've often talked about my client, Nadia, who was beyond burnout herself. She was hospitalized for mental exhaustion, and her doctor said to her, before you go home, you got to find someone who's going to help you. You can't do your life this way. Luckily, she found one of my Facebook ads or my Facebook Live just like this, and she booked her complimentary career clarity call. You know what? That was over 6 years ago. She's continued to do the work to bring herself forward. Why? Because she knows that there's a big version of her. But in the first 12 weeks of working together, she landed a great job. She felt better about herself than ever. And as a newly divorced mom of 3, she was struggling. She was struggling with her sense of self. We brought her alive again. She landed a great job, making $30,000 more than the job that put her in the hospital. It was a better job, a better fit. And then over the years, we've continued to help her up level and move forward. She emailed me at the end of the year, actually may have been in January, was she can't believe how much her compensation is now. She's ready for another growth spurt, and she has all the tools for it. How about Wendy, who's an HR executive, thought that she was supposed to be supporting the organization in its best HR policies and procedures, and had many reports of sexual harassment in her company. Sitting with the CEO, describing the problems and laying out a solution. She thought she was on her way to saving the company from many lawsuits and problems, only to find out that a few short weeks later, she was fired. That company didn't want to solve their problems. They wanted to bury it and move aside. She was so traumatized because she thought she was doing great work. And what she presented to the CEO was nothing he wanted to hear. She didn't read the room. She was in the wrong organization. And she got internally wounded. She booked a complimentary career clarity call with us, mofall.com/live-clarity. And in a few short minutes, she realized how deeply wounded her soul was. She joined our 12-week workshop. And I'm going to be honest with you, it took her a little while to recover. It took her several weeks. And then she decided, because she had an entrepreneurial background, that she wanted to do her own HR consulting. She wanted to call the shots. And now she has a thriving HR practice. She's a new grandma. She has her dream home with her husband. She's living the life that she's always wanted and that she couldn't because inside she was wounded and that job trauma punched her in the face, put her on the sidelines, and she doubted her entire career. She doubted whether she was valuable in the marketplace anymore. She doubted everything about herself. And that is no way to live, much less have a thriving career. She knew she had a good 15 years left in her career. And if she was going to take that punch in the face from that wrongful firing, that she was going to sideline herself because she didn't know how to put herself back together. I sort of joked with her when she decided to do her consulting, and before she left our 12-week program, had already gotten several clients and was excited and thriving about what the future held for her. I said to her, Wendy, it's like we put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And she said, you sure did. And now I have tools for life. This is the work that we do every single day. My mission as a career coach, my mission as a woman empowering other women is to help women realize that work doesn't have to be agonizing. That work, no matter what your field, Nadia in IT, Wendy as an HR executive, work can be one of the best expressions of your soul and your purpose. No matter what your field, you went to school and you have education and expertise and experience in a certain field. You have valuable skills and talents to put into the world. And feeling awesome about who you are inside could be the missing link for you. If you've recently suffered or have suffered over the decades for job trauma, perhaps you got fired, laid off, demoted, pushed aside, told you were going to be moved up and haven't, or perhaps a toxic work environment, you got to take care of that. It's crushing your soul and it's really hurting your earning power and your soul's mission in life. You were put on earth to do good work in all areas of your life. It's time you take control of your soul. It's my mission in life to help women have thriving careers and thriving lives. Book that complimentary career clarity call, mofall.com/live-clarity. Don't let job trauma win. Don't let how you've been treated in the workplace win. Don't let the setbacks push you back. Let the setbacks be just the thing for a reset. mofall.com/live-clarity. If you're one of my clients watching this, please dive back into the modules. You have lifetime access to all of the expertise and the training and the modules. Dive back in. Light your soul up again to that next level. Keep on. The journey of life is a continual process. And if you're suffering from job trauma, and if you've been pushed back in your career, or you've had an unfortunate job loss, please reach out. Book your complimentary career clarity call. We're going to take care of you. mofall.com/live clarity. We're here for you, and every single day, we're helping lift women's souls and careers. Just today, I woke up to an email from one of our current clients. She got a $38,000 increase in a promotion in a company she's been in for decades, having not been able to get herself moved ahead or moved forward. We taught her everything she needs to know about her soul, what she brings to the table, and the exact way to get that promotion and maneuver herself in a positive direction. She's never asked for anything before in her life, and now she has skills for life. She's going to continue to grow and have a great career. And that's what we do. We give you tools for life so that you are empowered, so that you can continue on your totally awesome soul power journey. This is Coach Mo Fall, mofall.com/live clarity to book your complimentary career clarity call. We want to have a personal conversation with you to see what's going on and to see if we can help you. And you know what? If not, we'll direct you to another coach or another avenue to get the help you need to pick your soul and your career back up. mofall.com/live clarity. Job trauma is real. And if it's pushed you back, book your call with us and we'll see if we can help you lift out of it and have a life beyond what you think is even possible. We'll show you how. mofall.com/live clarity. We'll see you on the other side of this, and we'll see you in your highest version of you. See you next time. It's Coach Mo.